India's Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle in its 9 customer satellites, previously called as RISAT 2BR2. This Earth observation satellite is an intended for applications in agriculture, forestry and disaster management support. It carried an X-band synthetic aperture radar. Hello everyone and welcome back for another interesting session of the defense updates provided by SSB Crack Exams, and it is a long time that we have seen in this particular important defense updates. So before beginning, as I always every time introduce to you that SSB Crack Exams is India's largest, most preferred online defense exams preparation portal. If in case you are preparing for various defense examinations like NDA, CDS, AFCAT, INET, Territorial Army, Indian Air Forces, Airmen Group X, Group Y, and also the Central Armed Police Forces Assistant Commandant's examination, I highly recommend you to download our Android app from Google Play Store so that you can get the complete detailed lecture material, study material, content, lectures, and all the important sample practice questions, quizzes, practice exercises, and also the important examination related mock tests for your examination preparation. You can even follow us on all sort of social media platforms to stay tuned with the important updates that will be helpful for your examination preparation. Beginning with the question of the day that I've asked on 6th of November 2020, and the question that I asked was, which air command controls the air operations from Kashmir south to Rajasthan? I repeat the question, which air command controls the air operations from Kashmir south to Rajasthan? And everybody has given a correct answer for this, and the correct answer is the Western Air Command, and it has its headquarters at New Delhi. It was raised as #1 operational group on independence on 27th of September 47. That means in 27th of September 1947, around 1 month after we got independence, this important air command was raised, and it was intended to secure the complete air operations that are located from Kashmir all the way south to Rajasthan, and it is designated as the operations command. And in the year of 1962, with the raising of the Central Air Command, the operations command was renamed as the Western Air Command, and it is the most important of the 5 regional commands. The current commander of the Western Air Command is Air Marshal Vivek Ramchaudhary, AVSM BM. Mention in the comment section what all are the special aircrafts that are flown by the Western Air Command, and also the important air bases that are located in the Western Air Command. Now let us begin with the first and foremost important update, and that is regarding Indian Army handing over fully trained military horses and 10 mine detection dogs to Bangladeshi army. Okay, so all of these equines and canines, they were trained by the Remount and Veterinary Corps of the Indian Army, and the Army has also trained Bangladesh Army personnel for training and handling these specialist dogs and horses. Okay, it not only trained these 20 horses and the 10 mine detection dogs, it also trained the personnel on how to look after these important creatures. And these are very, very important updates. We have to also go through that. The Army's delegation was led by Major General Narinder Singh Kharaut, who's the Chief of Staff of the Brahmastra Corps. Mention in the comment section what is the original name of the Brahmastra Corps. Whereas the Bangladeshi Army delegation was led by Major General Mohammad Humayun Kabir, who is the commanding of the Jessur based division. So this was a very, very important update, and we have to also get to understand that the India's partnership with People's Republic of Bangladesh stands out as a role model in the region for good neighborly relations. With this gesture, the bond between two countries has shared is expected to grow even stronger. The performance of military dogs in Indian Army has been commendable, and we are always ready to extend our assistance to a friendly country like Bangladesh and in issues concerning security. When it comes to security, dogs have proven their mettle, and these have been handed over. They are extremely effective in mine detection and the contraband items. Going through with the next update, as I was discussing with you in the introduction, that the ISRO's PSLV C-49 being lifted off from the Sriharikota Satish Dhawan Space Center. So this is the Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle, and this is very, very important one. It has carried what satellite? It has carried an Earth Observation Satellite. The full form of EOS is Earth Observation Satellite EOS-01. The main use of this Earth Observation Satellite is that it will be used in agriculture, in forestry, and also in the various disaster management respectives also. It might also be used for various defensive purposes, but some uses of the satellite will be kept up upon for the display, whereas some uses will be kept completely inside with the organization so that they will not be again misused. Going through in detail regarding this update is that the foreign satellites, around 9 foreign satellites have also lifted off along with this Earth observation satellite. Firstly, this PSLV C-49 has placed the EOS-01 satellite in the low Earth orbit. After that, it has placed these 9 satellites in the respective positions. And what are these 9 satellites? There were 2 satellites from Lithuania, and there was a technology demonstration. And there were 4 Clio satellites, KSM 1A, 1B, 1C, and 1D. These were 4 satellites from Luxembourg, and these 4 satellites are for what? These are for maritime applications. And there were 4 Lemur satellites, okay, and they were Lemur 1, 2, 3, and 4. These 4 Lemur satellites are again from the US. They are meant for the multi-mission remote sensing application. Also, we have to understand that this launch is the first launch of ISRO after the COVID-19 pandemic delayed its schedule. So, after a lot of time, ISRO is launching back again after this a long COVID-19 pandemic delays. And if we go through the PSLV's launch regarding that particular one, this is the 76th launch that has been happened from the Sriharikota Spaceport, and also this is the 38th launch from the first launch pad and second flight of PSLV with a DL variant carrying 2 strap-on boosters. Mention in the comment section what all are the strap-on boosters. We also have to understand that the customer satellites, they were included and launched under the commercial agreement with New Space India Limited, which is working under the Department of Space. Going through with the next important update is regarding Raksha Mantri Shri Rajnath Singh Ji unveiling an ASAT missile model in DRDO Bhavan. If in case you did not watch through what is actually the Mission Shakti, India's first ever anti-satellite mission, a separate video has been already made by SSB Crack Exams. You can go through and search in the YouTube regarding that particular one, and it is live regarding that anti-satellite mission. And in that particular complete video, I have explained on how did the idea of anti-satellite missile has come into the DRDO, when did the process start, and what all were their contingencies, the challenges that DRDO faced, and how we were successful in being one of the most elite nations to be possessing an anti-satellite missile. So this test was actually done. ASAT test was done on 27th of March 2019, 1 year back, from APJ Abdul Kalam Island in Odisha, or we can also call it Wheeler Island. It is renamed as the Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Island. And this is a fast moving Indian orbiting target satellite in low Earth orbit. It neutralized with pinpoint accuracy. This was a highly complex mission conducted at extremely high speed with remarkable precision. So regarding that successful one, Raksha Mantri has, after a long time, he has unveiled a completely new model for this particular missile at the DRDO Bhavan in Delhi while he was on a visit to this particular DRDO Bhavan yesterday. So this is a very, very important update, and there he also has commended various other people, the secretary of the DDR&D and also the chairman of the DRDO, Dr. G. Satish Reddy. He has stated that the installation of this particular model will inspire the DRDO fraternity to take up many more such challenging missions in future. So this model, it was installed in front of the DRDO Bhavan. Going through with the next update is regarding that the armed forces celebrating 5 years of the anniversary of the one rank one pension. And when was this done? It was after a long awaited period, that in the year of 2019, that the BJP government has announced the implementation of the one rank one pension. And this has been a long standing demand of lot of veterans and lot of the important of persons who are serving in the armed forces, because there was a various kinds of things. So if we go through after 5 years of implementation, that there's a sum of around 10,795.4 crores, which includes the payment to Nepali pensioners, has also been disbursed to around 20,60,220 defense forces personnel as an arrears on account of implementation of OROP. And the yearly recurring expenditure would be around 7,123.38 crores for about 6 years. Starting from the July of 1st, the total recurring expenditure works out to approximately 42,740.28 crores. If we go through in detail about what is actually the one rank one pension, so in the 1986, in the year of 1986, what happened was the sense of unease and distrust prompted by the third Central Pay Commission was exasperated by the Rajiv Gandhi-led Indian National Congress government's decision to implement rank pay, which included basic pay of captain, majors, lieutenant colonel, colonels, brigadiers and all. So in February of 2016, that means in February of 2016, the government has issued the orders to implement this one rank, one pension scheme, and the potential beneficiaries of this OROP will be around 2.6 million ex-servicemen and 60,000 widows, including war widows, that is a combined total of 3.2 million, of whom 86% are various other personnel, including widows, JCOs, NCOs, other ranks. So this is considered to be a very, very important one. And going through with the next update is about that the Chief of Air Staff, Air Chief Marshal Rakesh Kumar Singh Bhadoria, he has addressed the 5th Foreign Defence Attaches Conclave, and it was organized by the BharatShakti.in today, and the theme of it was enhancing defence capabilities through cooperation. Okay, so in that particular summit, he put forth the need to build a robust and self-reliant indigenous defence capability which could be brought to bear at a will to counter a complex security scenario influenced by a deep and long-term threat from adversaries. You can also understand from this particular one that addressing the industry, he also stated that Indian Air Force was very serious in its commitment to indigenization, which was irreversible. While the time for the slogans is it's well past the CES, he stated that all the stars were aligned for the industry to rise and start the work. Concluding his address, he said that the FDAs have needed to be understand that the changed environment and the requirement for foreign players to invest with the niche technologies are manufacturing, and all of them are set up and they are all in fusion and in working with the progress of the nation. Going through with the next and the final update is regarding the convocation ceremony of 139th National Defence Academy course, and this particular convocation ceremony was conducted at the Habibullah Hall in the NDA. And when was it done? It was done on 6th of November 2020, and the chief guest for this occasion was Professor Dr. Nitin R. Kamlarkar, who is the Vice Chancellor of Savitribai Phule Pune University. Okay. So around 217 cadets were conferred the degree of the Jawaharlal Nehru University, and if you go through all of these, among these 217 people, there were around 49 cadets in science stream, 113 cadets in computer science stream, 55 cadets in art stream, and there were also around 12 cadets from friendly foreign countries. They were also awarded degrees during the program. The Cadet Quartermaster Sergeant Arkshit Kapoor won the Commandant's Silver Medal, and Chief of Army Staff Trophy was presented by General K. Sundarji, PVSM, for standing first in the science stream. Squadron Cadet Captain Parul Yadav won the Commandant's Silver Medal, and the Chief of Naval Staff Trophy presented by Admiral Suresh Mehta, PVSM, AVSM, for standing first in computer science stream. And if you go through various other ones, that Rear Admiral Atul Anand, the Deputy Commandant and the Chief Instructor, has presented the vote of thanks on conclusion of the convocation ceremony. The reviewing officer of the passing out parade of the 139th NDA course is Air Chief Marshal Rakesh Kumar Singh Bhadoria, PVSM, AVSM, VM, ADC. Now let us have a very quick review by going through some of the most important questions. And the first and foremost question is, recently Indian Army has handed over 20 fully trained military horses and 10 mine detection dogs to which country's army? Is it Bangladesh or Nepal or Sri Lanka or Bhutan? The correct answer for this one is option A, Bangladesh. Going through the next question is, which mission was country's first ever anti-satellite ASAT mission? So what was the particular name of that particular mission? Is it Mission Red Flag or Suraksha or Gagan or Shakti? The correct answer for this one is option D, Mission Shakti. Going through with the next question is, who addressed the 5th Foreign Defence Attaches Conclave, and who is that particular person? He is option C, Chief of Air Staff RKS Bhadoria. Going through with the next question is, 5th Foreign Defence Attaches Conclave was organized by whom? It is organized by BharatShakti.in. Now we will have the question of the day, and the question of the day for today is, who was the Prime Minister of our country when the Rashtriya Rifles was raised? I repeat the question, who was the Prime Minister of our country when the Rashtriya Rifles was raised? The correct answer for this one and the complete explanation regarding this particular question and why was this question asked at this particular time and all the other details, I will be giving you in the next session. Until then, stay tuned to SSB Crack Exams, subscribe to our channel, download our Android app from Google Play Store. Always stay tuned with us, stay safe, keep smiling, be confident. Jai Hind.